Pleasant evening, everyone. My name is Jomari F. Alegre from BSc English at University of Rizal System, Angono Campus. In this video, I'll be answering the 6 questions on how to proceed in BLC, which the topic is mode and modality. I hope you find this video helpful, and please free to leave any question in the comments below. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive in. Question number 1. Name the main function categories of the verb. Answer to number 1. The main function categories of the verb include tense, aspect, voice, mode, and modality. The second question is, what do you understand by mode? Answer, mode refers to a grammatical category that expresses the speaker's attitude toward the action or states described by verb, often indicated through verbal morphology in English. The primary modes often indicated through subjective with indicative being or unmarked mode used in most constructions. Other languages may have additional modes such as optative or imperative. Question number 3. Name and exemplify the 2 typical contexts for use of the subjective in present-day English. Answer number 3. 2 typical contexts for the use of subjective in present-day English are the mandative, subjective, and the irrealist where. For example, in the mandative subjective, the one might say, the committee proposed that Mr. Smith be elected. While in the irrealist context, one could say, if I were you, I would take that opportunity. Question number 4. Modality can be realized by elements other than verbs. Which ones? And provide examples. Answer to number 4. Modality can be realized by elements other than verbs, such as lexical verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and nouns. For example, you don't need to tell me. It is a lexical verb. You are likely to be fine. This is adjective. Perhaps you're right. It is adverb. And you may have permission to leave. It is a noun. These elements express a modality in various contexts. Question number 5. What do you understand by deontic modality? Answer to number 5. Deontic modality refers to the expression of obligation, permission, and prohibition in language. It involves speech acts where speakers commit to doing something or tries to get hearer from perform an action. Example, including using modal verbs like must for strong obligation and me for permission. And lastly question, provide at least 2 examples of epistemic modality using modal verbs in each case. Answer to last question, he may be ill, may equals to epimistic possibility, and he must be better, must is equal to euphemistic necessity. In conclusion, understanding the functional categories of verbs, particularly mode and modality, is essential for effective communication. Mode reflects the speaker's attitude, while modality convey necessity and positivity, or possibility rather. This knowledge enhance our grasp of grammatically nuances, enabling clearer expression and deeper engagement with language. Mastering these concepts empowers speakers and writers to communicate with greater precision and impact. That's all, and I hope you learned something new, and thank you so much. Bye.